All right. All that aside, today we're gonna do a little game development. Um, and let's see here. Oh, you know what I'm gonna have to do? Well, I got a scene set up in Godot. I'm using. I just realized the debugger is like. I'll hide that for now. Anyway, I'm using a scene in Godot. Because it's what I'm familiar with, frankly. But I'm gonna add another one here. Um, for MS Paint. Yeah. So like all programming people on this platform, I have to now show you visuals. I must entice you. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the idea I have. So I have an idea for like a little simulation where you are controlling a boat, and you've got yourself a set of sails that you're going to point in some direction. You're going to have wind, right? That's, oh, whoops. Well, we'll just draw the wind here. Okay. And you've got yourself some sails, right? Now, I think a lot of games like, I think this is true for Wind Waker, and I know it's true for like Black Flag, but there is a kind of like direct control over the sailing that you do. So you get to, you're just like, oh, point the joystick, right, in whatever direction, and you're just going to go in that direction. I know, golly, I was supposed to look up relaxing music. I wanted chill. All right, that's that one. I can find my soulmate in the Philippines. All right. What? Okay. I know in Black Flag you could like control the speed of your ship, right? And you're like half mast, right? So you'll move half as fast. And I can't really remember if wind played a part, but it always feels like sailing is more just a means to an end, right? Like you're not really playing a game where you're trying to sail a ship. You're just using the ship to get to some location. And because of that, the controls tend to be very straightforward. Like you need to be able to pick this up within like a second. And I wanted to try to simulate sailing. Now, let's see here. Let's see, with wind. I feel like there were some images that I looked up. Yeah. So, let's see. Let's open this in a tab. What I'd like to do is, oh, there we go. This is what I'm interested in doing. Yeah. So we've got, it's like you gotta point the sails based on how you want wind. I don't think I'm gonna have two sets of sails for this demo, because that just feels, I don't know, a little more complicated than what I'm looking for. And also, like, I'm sure there's things that I'm not gonna know because I don't know anything about sailing. I thought about this recently because I was like, how do people sail into the wind? Because I've heard they can do it, and basically, I think a lot of it is just like if you kind of catch it a bit, you can utilize some of that to move forward. But as I imagine, this is probably not a very fast speed, and also, of course, you can't sail directly into the wind. So what I want to do is make a little simulation where you've got some wind. And you don't control the boat, per se. You control the sails and you control the rudder. And with that, then you will, like, those things will, with the wind, affect, right, the motion and direction of the ship. but it's more of a simulation than it is like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would be fun to have in a game, but it also feels like I can understand why you wouldn't, because, then it might just be like frustrating. Sailing used to be pretty dangerous. And part of that danger I know is that, like, for certain locations and certain times of the year, you could be out somewhere where there's just no wind. And then it's just like, well, your ship is just stuck out in the middle of nowhere for like months. And then it's just like, yeah, everyone died. And then as the currents change with the seasons, your ship starts moving along, and then ships, there are times where ships will just show up, right? Like, kind of drift into an area, or they'll be around and someone will pick them up. And it's just like, there's nobody on board, or everybody's dead. And it's like, yeah, they all died just like in the middle of nowhere, because they ran out of food, right? So that's that's really morbid. I guess on that note, I can understand why games wouldn't want to have actual sailing, because it's a lot of effort, especially the bigger the ship is. There's a lot to manage. So I don't want to necessarily say that like any video game with sailing as just like something you directly control. I don't want to say it's a bad game. It's just like, I think they make a compromise based on, like people play Assassin's Creed to be an assassin. So it's like, yeah, the sailing is really fun, but like, they don't want to learn how to rig a ship and do all that. They just want to like be a pirate, right? So it's like, okay, the sailing is basic, and you prioritize fun. But in this instance, we're going to prioritize suffering. So we're going to learn how to really sail. I'm just kidding. But no, I just wanted to see if I can make something that actually works. So there's a few things that we need to kind of have down. And we're going to go back into Godot here. Let's see here. I'm gonna create a text file. It's just a markdown file. Should I put that in here? You know what? Just a moment. Let me check something here. What do I call this? I think I called it Sailing Sim. Yeah. Right. Okay. I can put the README in this here. All right. So let's have a README. Whoop. And we'll just open it up here. So here's a few things that we need to get done. So sorry, I'm writing Markdown, so I'm like, I have to keep organized. I'll just say dev notes. Let's see. Must have some wind vector. We also need to be able to I'm just gonna say the boat rudder must control. I'll tell you what, I kind of want to. I feel like I want to put user stories instead. No, actually, we'll just stick with the dev notes for now. Let's see. We're going to generate wind. We need a vector because it needs to have a direction and a magnitude. Then after that, we're going to accept. At some point, we're going to accept input for rudder control. We're going to accept input for sail control. Let's see. Something else we need to do is oh ooh. Let's see. Calculate the projection of wind onto the sail. And it's going to be orthogonal. Is it orthogonal or orthogonal? I always forget. And I think it's orthogonal.
Orthogonal.
Yeah, there it is. Orthogonal. Orthogonal means perpendicular. In fact, I'll just put that in here. I have less confidence that I spelled that correctly. Yeah, so like, it's going to be perpendicular, right? Because if our wind is blowing this way, let's say our sail here, if our sail is like this, we're not picking up any wind, right? But if our sail's like this, then we should be getting like the maximum wind possible. And again, if we look at, oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I was doing this in Paint. Let me do that again. Goodness gracious. Everything's a mess. If our sail, if we're parallel to the wind, we shouldn't be picking anything up. But if we're perpendicular to it, we should be getting the maximum amount. So realistically, we're going to be getting, gosh dang it. I hate that you draw and then I get that you can edit it afterwards, but I'd prefer to edit it before because then you edit it and then it changes everything. We're going to be getting some kind of projection based on the wind vector. So instead of the wind, like we can't get all of it, so we're just going to get a piece of it, right? And here, let me draw like a woo. That's not red. Boy, being colorblind sure is fun. How do I make it dashed? Oh, forget this. I'll just draw it manually. It looks so sloppy. Okay. Here we go. And I copy and paste. Nothing happens. That's good. We'll just draw it dashed very slowly. So you have right, like this is your wind vector through here, but we're only going to get a piece of that. So we need to have the normal of the sail. And after that, we need to get the projection of our wind vector onto that normal. So let's go back in Godot here. Oops. Let's see. Projection of wind onto the sail normal, we'll say. And we'll just edit those notes out since I think this communicates it much better. Okay. So we need to do that. And we need to take that projection. So we're going to call this the sail. Let's see. Pass sail projection into, like, we'll just say boat kinematics. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to accept the inputs first. Yeah. Okay. And then we're also want to pass rudder into boat kinematics. Okay. And I feel like there's something else. Oh yeah. Animate wind direction and magnitude. And I feel like I'm going to do that by having like a little flag on top of the mast. And so the direction the flag points will tell you like where the wind is pointing. And then maybe if it starts flapping really fast, it's like, oh, it's getting really windy. And then if it goes slowly, then the wind is a lot weaker. And then we want to animate sail. And I'll just say like a parabolic bend of the mesh. And I think that's about it, because we've got the boat kinematics. In fact, we could just, we could say this. In fact, I'll tell you what. We've got like sections here, don't we? So just say we can accept inputs. Whoops. There we go. All right, generate wind. Calculate the projection of the sail. Let's see, passing the kinematics. I'm going to say this is, whoops. I'm just going to call this kinematics. And do that. And this will also go up a level. Let's just call this animations. Yeah. So let me think here. So when I talk about the sail deforming, let's see. Realistically, let's draw another boat here on the side. And I'm going to draw this curve tool. So if the wind is like really strong, then like we want it to look like this, right? Kind of a parabola. But if the wind is really weak, then we're just going to get like a slight curve here. So yeah, this is to animate just to show that the sail, because I think it's good to show the user like how much the sail is bending so that they know, are they reading the wind well enough, right? Obviously the boat will move, but frankly, I just want to do this because I think it's a nice way to give user feedback, as well as it would just look really lovely to me. I've always liked the sea. I've always liked sailing. Just the wind and the waves, and it's so romantic. The idea of the sea and sailing is romantic to me. In reality, I am deeply seasick, and I can't last on a fishing boat more than a few minutes. I've done it before, and you think you'd be fine, and it seems fine because every time you see it, it's like a photo or a video. But then you're on the boat, and you realize your whole body's just getting thrown up and dropped 10 feet in the air constantly and tossed around in other directions. So, yeah, it's kind of awful. But if I have meds on a big enough ship, I'll be fine. So I'm creating a simulation because, frankly, I don't think sailing is going to be a thing that I do. Maybe in little ways, maybe around some peaceful bay, but yeah, I can last on a jet ski. I can't last on a sailing boat out at sea though. Okay, so let's see here. I don't know what to call this. I want to break it up into a section. I'm gonna call it I don't know, like wind calculations. Yeah. Sure. All right. Now, from a user standpoint, the user needs to be able to, I'm going to say, control the rudder with left and right. I'm going to say bumpers, which is like what I call the thing above the trigger. I don't know if that's the colloquial term, but I don't care. Control the sail with the, we'll say, left stick. And let's see. Oh, right. User can control. Can. There's no point in writing that over and over again. Control left it. See the sail bend to the wind. And read the wind using the flag. Cool. All right. And that's it. So yeah, it's like indirectly controlling a ship. All right. Now for our first scene here, let's just add a boat. Let me think here. We're going to add, I'm just going to add a root node. I always like doing that because I'm like, this thing is just basically untouched and it'll be the parent node. And we'll call this boat. And, oh, no, don't change the type. And then we're going to give it a, we're going to give it a mesh. And this will be, what do we make it? I figured capsule. Can we do prism? Hold on a minute. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Let me rotate it. I might just have to do this. Yeah. Okay. Woo. Okay. You ever watch Veggie Tales? Okay. Let's see. Make this not 43. 4? Yeah. 3? Huh. You know what I'll do? I'm going to add a second one. We're going to add a cube. Yep. And this will just be 3 by about 2. Yeah. Oops. Nope. Hold on a minute. Let's see. We'll call this... oh, what do you call the front of the ship? Yeah, bow. Bow mesh. And I'll just call this hull mesh. All right, now the bow should move forward. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, all right. There it is. In fact, both of these, I feel like should move back. Yeah, that's a little more centered. And you, yeah, it's too long. Oh, okay. Well, now we have that fun thing where we're going to have to make it go at a fraction. Okay, that's fine. This is all right. This is fine for a boat. Other than that, okay, we need another one for mast. Here we go. And that's too big. So 0.2, 0.1. Yeah. All right, 0.1, and we'll make it maybe 4 tall. Yeah. 0.1 seems honestly still too big, so 0.05. Nope, 0.06. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so we got our little toy boat here. This is cute. Let's see. We're also gonna have our other mesh. I can't remember. I have to generate this whole thing. No, not well. This is a good question. Do I make this a product of the mass itself? Does the mast rotate? I feel like it doesn't. I feel like it stays still and things go around it. Tell you what, we gotta have a root node. Yeah, let's see. This is we're gonna say this is the sail root. What on earth music is like? Yeah, I look up chill music and I'm listening to something vaudeville. All right, cool. It's Zelda's Lullaby. Fun, wonderful. All right, this is the actual sail. Oops. Mesh. And for this, I could put like a quad mesh for now. That'd probably be fine. And let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want it just to be a quad mesh. And it needs to be visible on both sides. Quad mesh is fine for now. But it's definitely going to change. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll put it like this. And what I'm going to do at first is I just want to make the whole thing pivot around. Because I need to work on the controls. So we'll put that there. We're also going to have a rudder root. And the reason we have a root node for these, because if I just say the sail to rotate, it's going to do this. It's going to rotate in place. But if I tell the root to rotate, now it'll go around whatever point that parent node is at. Same for the rudder. We'll give it a mesh. And that we will just make a box. Make it very, very thin. There we go. Yeah. Put it in the water a little bit. Bring it out. Excellent. And you. So once again, here we have. Oh, whoops. Shoot. Okay, hold on a minute. This needs to be. It's going to be like half. Yeah. All right, 2.5. And you. Need to be a lot closer. Okay. So, once again, if we move the rudder mesh, it's just going to spin in place. We don't want that to happen. If we move the parent, though, it'll pivot around that point. So, there we go. We've got all of our little parts up and running. I'm going to give this a unique name. I'm going to give this a unique name. And I don't need to do anything else. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is open up a script. I'm going to do this with GD script. I like working with C#, and I've been doing that differently. Or in a different project, I've been using C#. But I want to publish this to the web. And I can't do that in C# with the current version of Godot. Oops. So, something to always keep in mind. I always give everything a class. If I'm going to give it a script, I'm just going to give it its own name. And then, real fun feature with Godot, if I click and hold something within the scene tree, I move it over here, it'll just paste it out. But if you click and hold and drag over here, if I hold control, it'll turn it into an actual variable, which is great. Except I don't like naming things like this. Reason being, the functions use the underscore, and I don't like... I like being able to know immediately if something's a function or not. It's a personal preference thing. So, sail root, rudder root. And these are the things we're actually going to move. when we have inputs. So, speaking of inputs, we need to have some way of doing that. So let's say we're going to have move rudder. No, I'm sorry. That move underscore rudder. And you think here. We need to give it some kind of input that we're going to clamp. So I'm just going to give it delta angle. And it's going to be a float. And what we're going to do with that variable is we're going to say, all right, so the sail route, we're going to rotate it. Let's see. Oh, the axis. Here, let's say. There's actually a quicker function for this. Rotate around the y-axis this amount. Ooh, you know what? A float. Before we do that, let's see. I'm gonna say we have a clamped value here. And how does it work with this one? Do I have to look up mathf? No. Here we go. So we've got our delta angle, but we want to clamp it based on some extremes. So I'm going to come up here and just say max rudder angle. And it will be used for both directions. And I feel like 45. I'll say 50. Okay, so we've got our min and we've got our max. So no matter what angle we're feeding into, right, we have our, or actually, no, I'm sorry. We're not going to be deforming this. Let's see here. I need to get the, let's see, transform, not angle. What do I need? I need the Y. Can I not get that? Basis? I feel like it used to tell me what this was. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so we have our Y. I feel like there's already a variable for this, maybe. Let me look here. Let's see. Like an, we can't find just like the up axis. No. All right. Well, whatever. Basic. Basis Y. So we're gonna get the Y current angle. And we're just going to add our delta angle to that. Yeah. There we go. And our clamped value. No. No, this is getting weird. Let me think here for a second. Because I don't want to rotate it. And I don't want to do like look at. What the heck? Oh. All right, lo-fi Wind Waker. All right, let's No, I don't wish I had a new car. I would like to afford the one I have affordably. Okay. So let's see. You know, we're gonna say instead of clamping this, um, whoops. I'm gonna say we need to know if this y, um, if this exceeds a certain value. Okay. I'm not down for the lo-fi thing. Um, you know what we're gonna play RuneScape music. Sea shanty. Yep, 10 hours. All right, I hope you can't hear that because I don't want to get copy straight. I gotta have music, it helps. Okay, so if this basis is let's say we're gonna say initial. Our initial y is this value. Then we're going to change it. I have a new y value. And after that, let's see. We're going to say if our initial y is not equal to the new y, then we're going to rotate y based on our delta angle. Let me think about this. So we have a y. We're adding an angle to it, and we're clamping that value. And this new y, if it's the same as the initial, then we're just like, there's no point. And I really hope we don't bump up to any, like, I don't know, weird. It shouldn't if we clamp the value. I'm hoping it doesn't do any weird kind of like floating point errors or something where it's constantly rotating. But, well, we'll be able to tell pretty quickly if it does. And then we're going to say move sail. In fact, I'm not going to say move for either of these. I'm going to say rotate because that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, so same thing, except this time I actually, let me think about this. Yeah, let's see. We're just going to move it anyway. Because, oh, I just realized I named that sail route. This should be rudder route. Yep. Whoops. All right. We're going to rotate the sail as well. But the sail, we're going to allow to just spin forever. So we don't care what angle goes into this thing. We'll just let it spin. As far as like this delta angle goes, I'm going to control the magnitude of that elsewhere. Let me think. I could do magnitude or I could do direction. I like being able to control this separately and having a separate function that handles, like, we'll just say the kinematics, because technically the sail is something we're going to give it a direction on the joystick. I don't want immediate feedback though. I just want it to get there over time. Yeah. Oh, that's the README file. Okay, so we have our main file. And I'm also going to do... We have our level here. And our level is going to have a mesh, and we're just going to call this the C. So sure. I think at some point we'll want a shader, but right now I just want it to have, you know, some kind of let's see here. Whoa, that's too much. Here we go. That's darker. It's kind of deep. I feel like I need to crank down the saturation. This is tricky. I don't know why I'm messing around. It's not like it has to be perfect. Yeah, okay. I'll just say. There's the water. Whoop-de-doo. There's our boat. It already looks great. I'm not even going to move it. I think it's at a good height, too. So here's that. Our level needs to have its own script. And yeah. Huh. Sorry, I'm thinking about controls right now. All right. Let's see. Level. Okay. And we're just going to take inputs from here for now. Where is it? Oh, yeah, action. Get action strength. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Look at our project settings here. What do we have already? Because we should have... Let me think here. Right, left, up, down. No. Joypad axis. I feel like I just want the joypad directly. You know what? I'll name my own. Let's see. Rudder input. What are some of the names? It's always UI. Well, call it UI rudder. Okay. Oh, you can't see the settings window. Okay, well. Let's see here. How do I make this? There we go. Okay, so we've got UI rudder and is this not reading? Won't accept the input. Oh wait, of course it won't. Lol. Because that you do that here. Boom. There we go. All right. Now let's do. Is it God, there must be. It must already accept this, doesn't it? You know what? It's fine. I'm not even gonna call it UI actually. Let's see. Rudder left. Okay. And then I might just put this in for keyboard as well. I don't know which one would be better. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Lol. Right for right. And left for left. I got the right one, right? Yeah, right. Okay. And I'll add trigger as well. Cause why not? So there we go. Oh, and then we need to also add, let me think here. Sail. Maybe I shouldn't do the keyboard keys. I'm not going to do axis either. It's just going to be buttons. All right, and for the sail, oh, it's like left stick. It wants to know. All right, I don't want to have a direct input for that, so we're not. So instead, we're just going to keep to this. How do you ask for the actual... I don't think I've ever done Godot with controls, so... Let's see, left stick, movement. There we go. I mean, I guess that's fine. I can't just accept the stick. Huh. Okay. Here. Well, this is weird. I don't like it. Do I just add them separately? This has got to be built in, right? Isn't just up. Yeah. Left stick, yeah. Okay. Instead of move, oh, right. Instead of move, we just say UI. Except it won't be forward, it'll be up. Let's make sure I look at those again. Let's see. Left, right, up, down. Yeah, okay. We'll just say sail. I don't know if I want to do this for input. Probably should just for physics process, yeah. Okay, so can you hear that music? I really hope you can't. I really hope you can't. I'll just turn it down. Okay, so we've got our sail controls, and then we're gonna say, if sail, is not vector 0, then we're gonna pass it on. Let me think here. I'm going to create a script here, and I'm going to call it I'm going to call it sailboat kinematics. I should just call it boat kinematics. All right. Okay, and we're going to have a static class here. So let's see, static var current sail position, and that'll be a vector 2. And we're going to have our, I don't know if the rudder really matters. I'm not going to call this boat kinematics. I'm just going to call this the sail kinematics, because that's directly what we're controlling. And I just want to handle some of the calculations in here, because that's how I prefer to do these things. If I did it all in level would eventually just be like this super class that does all this work. So I'm like, let's compartmentalize here. Let's see. Update sail. Okay. I'll just say input vector. And as per usual, we'll name that. Let's see. Update sail angle, and instead we'll return a float. So, first, if our current sail is not equal to the input vector, I have a feeling we need to have a bit of a dead zone for this. Because I have a feeling we're going to get into this situation where the controller, the stick will stay exactly put, but then it's going to have like little like wobbles or something. Whatever. All right, we'll just say if the current sail is not equal to the input vector. In fact, let's say current vector. What do we need to do? We've got two different vectors, so let's open up Paint again. we've got two different vectors going on here, right? We have we'll just fill this out. This I'm going to give a darker color. Whoa. There we go. Now I'm a real pro. Okay. We've got our controller. I'm just going to make it a boxy looking thing. And we've got our stick here, right? So if left stick goes in like, whoops, if left stick is going in a particular direction, we want the sail on our boat to match that direction. Oh my gosh. All these circles. We want it to match that direction. So let's say the sail is like here. I want to change the color of this. Okay. So the sail of the boat's here. We have to give some kind of change of angle, right? Because they're not at the same angle. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to say we've got our input, right? Our input vector. And we're going to say what's the angle from the current sail vector to the sail vector input, right? So I can't draw a semicircle. I can kind of draw it. Like if we lay these over on top of each other, we're gonna have something that okay. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I know. All right. We'll have. Here we go. Let's get a circle here. Like this. And then here, our unit circle will look like this. We don't need a unit circle. I don't know what I'm doing. Here, we got an input, right? And then we've got our current angle. So what we need to do is have. Oh man, that is. I try to make it look like a semicircle or an arc, but I can't. So we're just gonna draw a straight line. Pretend that's. No, I can't. I need to make it. Listen. I need to make it curved. It has to. It's got to work like this, man. Like you gotta understand. See, like, okay, that's kind of it. Yeah. Okay, that and that. Yeah, basically. Okay, that's good. So we have this little curve here we need to create. We want the sail to match this. And there's a part of me that's like, it should change over time. I don't want it to get there exactly. So what I'm going to do is pass delta. We're going to have some rate of change, and we're just going to see. And the way we do that is we're going to say, look, there's some angle that we need to get, right? There is some theta that we need to calculate for. And we can snap there immediately, but I don't want to do that just yet. What I want to do is give it a little change. If anything, make it... I'd make it lerp or tween there. Maybe I can lerp it. No, not lerp. I can tween it there. You know what? For now, we're not going to do that. We're just going to have it... Maybe we should. Maybe we should just add a tween and have it rewrite every time. Okay. Let's start simple. Right now, it's going to go there over time. So, we're going to give it delta. And we're going to say, all right, so if there is a difference in the vectors, then we need to know the angle to the input vector. Whoa. And just to make sure we're given in vector and radians. Okay. Yes. So we're going to have an angle 2, and I got to be careful about this because it might be positive or it might be negative. Whether or not it's positive or negative, let's think here. It's like everything's flipped because y is down in Godot. So if I'm getting, let's say our current angle, like we have here in MS Paint. Let's say if I minimize, okay, that's fine. If our current angle here is going to be technically negative, like normally this would be a positive angle, right? But in Godot, y points down, not up. So you have to think about it in reverse. So if, let's say our input is a little bit above our sail, or at least where we want it to be, then we're going to be having a negative angle. So we should be able to add a negative angle over time. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure I'm going to do my math properly here. So let's see here. First, we need to get the angle 2. And like I said, we're going to have, let's see. We're just going to have rate of change. And let's just keep it at 1 for now. So that's the angle 2. I'm going to call that target. But we can't just feed back the target. So instead, we're going to return target times delta times rate of change, which if we make this like a smaller or greater number, we'll control how fast or slow we can do this. Now, the other condition, of course, is that if they equal each other, and if that's the case, then we're going to return 0 because we don't want anything changing at that point. So back here in our level, we're going to say if sail, if we have any input on the stick, then we want to pass the, what is this function called? Update sail angle. Yeah. Oh, actually. Just realized I didn't. So our current Vang needs to no, not angle 2. How do you rotate this? Project. It should just be a unit vector. Can I just affect this? Okay. No? Ugh. That's a function. Returns the angle. I could project it, maybe. What can I do to just move toward? A new vector moved toward 2 by the fixed delta amount. Oh. That's nice. I should do that. Huh. Do I give it the delta angle? No, that's an angle. I need to give it the input vector. Okay, tell you what. Whoop. Huh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're moving the current vector this amount times rate of change. And we're returning the target vector. Okay. Update. Why aren't you? Because you're not a static. Okay. Update. Sail angle. We'll pass delta. And we're going to pass sail. Sail input. Okay. And what do you get back? Delta angle. All right. And that we're going to pass on to our boat. There we go. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it lovely? Rotate. Sail. My delta angle. Cool. And it'll throw 0 there if it's not doing anything. So there you go. Now, we also need to do is, let's see. Can I get Vetter against Vetter? Can I get Eddie Vetter in here? Negative X and positive X. Tell you what, let's just say get action strength. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so we have our rudder input. Oh, but we need all, so we can't do that, can we? Here we go. So we have our action. And let's see here. I think left is technically positive. Yeah? Let's look at our boat here. And we'll look at our transform here. So if we start moving counterclockwise to the left, we're moving negative. Okay. Oh, it's all so screwy. All right. Feels like it flips in 3D. All right. So be it. All right. So left is negative and right is positive. Okay. Get action strength minus the left. Okay. And let's see. We got our sail input, and then we're going to say if rudder input is also not equal to 0, because that's just going to be a float. Oops. If that's the case, then let me think here. I think boat Why are you upset? Okay. It just takes a while for the editor to update. Rotate rudder, delta angle. Let's see. I feel like it would just basically be this, wouldn't it? Except it's clamped for the rudder. Don't I do that in the boat? I've made everything painfully difficult. So painfully difficult. Eh. For delta angle, we're just going to say delta times rudder input. Feels like I should just control the boat via the boat. You know what I'm saying? This is also boat related. We're gonna do that. We're gonna make a decision here. We're gonna accept our inputs here, and we're gonna rotate the sail. And for the rudder rotate, we do that. One again. I guess I could make these exports. The more I look at this, the more I feel like this is useless. Tell you what. It's all this kind of stuff is just an ever-going battle of, am I overthinking this or underthinking it, you know? And you're always losing. Nuts. All right. Whoops. And these two, honestly, we could make these exports. Oh. Rudder. We're gonna do that though. I need to rename them. Rate of change. What? Oh, right. var. Current sail vector. Okay. So let's see here. I'm trying to think about if this will actually work out. I kind of like storing it somewhere else. That's the thing. Oh, let's see here. What are you mad about? Static. We'll close it. We'll delete it. We'll remove it. Let's make it simple. If we need to make it more complicated, we will. You can always make it more complicated. And then... Oh, yes. All right. Here we go. All right, this is a little weird. But basically... Oh. Okay. So our inputs are processed here. Input, sail input, rudder input. Okay, so we get an angle. I'm just going back over everything as best as I can. All right, tell you what we're going to do. In here, I'm going to do this calculation once. And for this, yeah. All right. This feels like we've done so much, it might just be really sloppy. Oh. Here we go. Cool. Actually, let's just run locally for this. And I can't see anything because I don't have a camera. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we just add a camera to the boat? And we need to... Yep. All right. A little bit up. A little bit down. What's that look like? It looks pretty good. Is that like a... I wonder if I should do it closer. Eh. See. How's that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's hit F5 on this scene and watch. Oh gosh. It looks beautiful. So many wonderful little things. Oh my gosh. I just have to. I have to do it this way, you know. All right. Environment. New environment. Ambient light. Something. Something yellow. Very bright. Yellowish. Is that yellow? I'm colorblind. I just can't tell. All right, let's run this scene instead. Why is that awful? Because we need a direct light. There's so much stuff you have to set up before anything makes even the most remote sense. I'm going to put the sun up here. Okay. What is the world ambient light? Fun fact about Godot, if you want to save a color, click here. Why can't you see that? You can't see the pop-up. I feel like I'm just going to show the dang screen. Everything else just seems so pointless. Yeah. There. All right. I'm not going to bother with that anymore. Okay. So I want to have the same color. It's terrible, actually. That's like too much. All right. Can I go to Skybox? Let's see. We have ambient light. We'll save that swatch. And then whatever. All right. Where's the Skybox? Sky mode. Why does it look so horrible? Yo, I forgot how to do a Skybox. All right. I guess it's been a minute, huh? But you surely you already know that. Gosh, each camera has its own environment. I just solved. Oh, no. Sky. Okay, this is like a new thing. Whoops. What? I'm so confused. Oh my gosh. That's right. Okay. Um, ground color? Can I give the sky color? Turbidity. I'm like, guys, I just want to have. You know what? That's fine. We'll just. It's good enough. All right. Yay! It crashed. Because it's a vector 3. Oh, of course. Gosh, what am I thinking? You know what I need? I'll tell you what I need. I need a current rudder angle. All right. All right. Current rudder angle. Forget this. I'm just going to say new angle. There. Current rudder angle is going to be 0. Current sail vector. Where should this point? To the left, to the right. Let's see. The right is 1 0. Where's it pointing now? Okay, let's go with that. Let's see here. All right. Good news is we can move the rudder. The bad news is we can't stop moving the rudder. Now let's mess with the sail. What the heck? Where'd it go? Oh my gosh, I know what's wrong. It's yeah. All right, so whoops. Let's just duplicate. We're gonna duplicate this, and we're gonna give it the old. We're just gonna flip it around. I imagine we're gonna get some what do you call it? Z layering. Well, let's just see. Let's see if we get any kind of weird. Okay, no. All right. So if I hit down, for starters, it's just rotating constantly. So it's not headed towards a particular angle. Nor is it really doing a good job. That's so weird. If I go to the right, it moves slowly. You know what it is? It's that starting angle. It seems to be based off of that. Because if I go all the way to the left on the stick, you know what? I got to turn on the camera for this. Which means I'm going to set up an actual cam. Oh. Nuts. That was my controller. Oh. Just a minute. We're about to see live me. There we go. Okay. Hi. I don't need to configure anything. How's that? Yeah? That's good. All right. I'm way down here. It's like crooked. Whatever. You know what? It's fine. Okay. Hi. Oh, here. This is all just a disaster. All right, so let's watch, yeah? If I move the stick up, it's just rotating constantly, which is not what we want. But if I hit it left, notice if I just slightly move it, and if I go all the way to the right, notice how it's barely traveling. And I know why. At least I feel like I know why. I think what's happening, let's go ahead and just put me down here. There's nowhere to put me because I don't want to block anything. So, bye-bye. So I think what's happening, let's go back into our script here. We've got our current sail vector, remember, to the right? And I think what's happening is they're saying, is our input vector equal to our current sail vector? And I don't know why. I hit move toward. Is this returning a new one? Returns a new vector. Okay, that's why it's not changing, because here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so we should be getting a new vector. And our target should be, let's see. We should calculate the angle first, right? So we have our target. We move towards it, and we're just updating the current vector. In fact, why don't we do that here? And I'll put a note here, update current. I'll say store the updated vector. There we go. We'll work on the rudder. What is wrong with the rudder, I wonder? We're not updating the angle. Goodness gracious. Okay. Oh man, we missed out. This is what happens when you reorganize. Everything goes to crap. It's fine. It happens. But yeah, we did we did mess that up, didn't we? Okay, so we're going to have the new angle. There we go. All right, let's yeah. Let's give it a go. Let's see if we can do this one again. All right, rudder. The rudder is still rotating. So I want to fix this first. Let's just print out what the new angle is. We're going to print oh, well first we should actually print it, shouldn't we? Okay. New angle. It's clearly rotating the whole time. So I'm going to say new angle. And then I'm also going to say, nah, delta will go first. Delta. Here we go. And new angle. All right. You know what? Oh, shoot. I already know what's wrong. I know what's wrong. We are doing this. We are doing this in degrees, but I think it's radians by default, which is a totally different set of numbers. So what I wanted to be pi. Yeah, quarter pi. That's fine. I'll just keep it simple. Okay, this should do it. This should fix the rudder at least. Here we go, and there we go. It stops. Okay, and there we go. All right, now let's look at the sail. If I go to the right, it's barely moving, and it's working great, except for one small problem. It's going in the opposite direction that I tell it to, and it's also, oh gosh. Yeah, it's like in the opposite direction. This was my fear, folks. This was my absolute fear. And it seems so silly that it does this. Yeah. All right. Let's... I wonder, where do I flip it? Here? Okay. Let's just flip one sign. If we point directly up, it goes at like a 45-degree angle. In fact, oh. What is going on? This is not quite it. Yeah, no, this isn't it at all. Something very weird is happening with the sail. And I feel like I can just show what's going on. Let's see here. Let me... Something a little precarious here. I'm just going to flip the camera upside down. Oh, I do not have a mount for the camera. What I do have is a hand. This is so bad. Oh, gosh. All right, let's see here. Let's turn on the camera. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like flipping automatically. All right. Is everything fine? All right. All right. So notice if I hit directly up, it kind of slows. And if I hit down, it goes way past. And it's just kind of like, now it's in the opposite direction. So some extra... Jeez, I apologize. If you get a little seasick, you're... well, you know, in a way, you should have known, because we're doing a sailing simulator. I mean, I don't know what you're doing here. It's your fault that... Oh, gosh. Okay. I definitely need to get a stand if I'm going to use the camera more. All right, so... All right, the rudder is fine. But the sails are just completely messed up. So, let's do what we always do. We're going to, let's say, input. I don't really care for the delta. That's just going to be, you know, right now it's just going to match the delta time. So I'm not too concerned with that. Yeah, so we'll say input. And what else do I want to print out? Target. Let's see, input vector, target. I just realized I don't have any viewers, but I didn't promote this, so how would anyone know this is happening? I'm just going to promote my channel. First, I have to get the link to my channel. How's the audio? It's whatever, it's fine. All right. A little bit of self-promo. Oh, you know what? You know his channel. I should really put this on. I'll go to all the programming ones. Let's see here. Let's see, that's for that. This one? Come by and hang. No. Come sail away with me. All right. Okay. What am I looking at here? Oh, right, promotional stuff. All right, let's get that. We're gonna get this as well. Maybe I'll print all of it. Yeah, heck. Just put everything in there. Let's see, current sale vector. So we have input, target, root, and current. And I just want to see what the heck happens. All right, nothing if I don't do anything. That's good. So if I hit up, I realize I just printed out a root node, but like, what for really? Yeah, rotation. All right. Okay. So I get up on the stick, and obviously it's not lining up correctly, yeah. And it stops, so it kind of, and that's really weird. It's like it's going to a consistent location. No, it's not. It's slightly changing. Oh, now it's just left. I've literally been going up and down on the stick the whole time. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's getting calculated, but something else is like boosting it. I fixed delta amount. It will not go past the final value. All right, let's start out. It was all the way to the right. And I just pressed down on the stick. I'm saying the target is negative. All right, so that's that's about half pi, yeah. Let's see here. Pi divided by 2. Yeah. 1.57. All right, so we're like aiming for half pi, except the stick stays still, and yet the target decreases because the target amount, like this is moving, yeah? So it's all the way to the left, and it's decreasing on the left. It's increasing downward. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. If I hit down, yeah, it's like it's off. And it's, you know, the angles are matching. So clearly these are fine. So our current vector is moving towards the input vector. That's okay. But what's going on here is that this seems to be just rotating in a really screwy way. This is really weird. I wonder, maybe it's just slowing down. Tell you what, let's get rid of the delta. Let's see what happens if I am just direct input, yeah? That says a lot. Wow, that's okay. All right. Okay. I hit down once and it goes completely screwy. So I wonder, I'm like, is it like going past it and then trying again? I mean, I feel like having delta is, we need it to be affected. You know, it's like, it's kind of good, but like definitely not correct. You know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try something a little different here. Let me think here. Sail route. Look at. And we're going to make the target the current sail vector. I don't know if we can, because this might have to be 3D. Okay, but let's see. All right, the current vector is vector 2, which is going to be the x and the z. Can we, like, extend? No. But we can make a new vector. We can just make a vector 3. So current sail vector x should match x. Y is 0. And current sail vector z should be the y. And I think it has to be inverted. And I'm going to do a new line like this. Vector up is just going to be up. And what else does this function want? We need an up. Use model front. Z-axis front is treated as forward. Okay. No, that's fine. All right, we'll do that. I just want to see if this works better. Kind of. Okay, so it's kind of working. But it's also a little reversed. So, okay, let's do that. There is something very wrong. No, I understand now. This actually kind of works-ish, but I don't like it because, oh man. All right, no, we can make this work. Okay, so the current look at the forward is negative z, yeah. So we're gonna take these two, and we're gonna do a little bit of manual adjusting here. That and that. Yeah, cool. Okay. Okay, that should be correct. And the thing I need to mess with is instead the current is going to be up. Right? I get a little confused on the inputs. Weird. You know what's odd is that it's like it's just kind of whack. Like why the sudden acceleration? Yeah, I hate that. I hate that a lot. Here, hold on a minute. Does it work as it's supposed to? You know, if you point down, it's pointed down, yeah? So that's good. If I point to left, it goes left. If I point up, it goes up. So we've gotten the sail to move in the direction we want it to. But it does that. And that massive amount of acceleration is weird. I don't like that at all. And I don't know who's to blame. Maybe is it this? It could be that when I point up. Oh, I don't know if it's the look at function, because look at should be immediate. Like there's no wait for the look at function. And my thought is it the move towards? I think so. But still, why? Why is it? Tell you what. Let's see. Let's just look at it a little more closely. All right. All right, hold on a minute. Let me do that again. All right, it's pointed forward. Let's go back. Actually, tell you what, let's get it pointed to the right as much as we can. And now I'm going to hit it directly to the left. And like it, something it's like some burst happens here. It's hard to tell. I'm like, why the rate of change is a little weird. Yeah, I have no idea what's causing this. You know, it's just like, yeah, it's kind of like moving little degrees in little ways, and then it just kind of builds up in a big way. Hmm. Huh. It's kind of something around here. I am not sure. As I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, if we move. If I go straight down, it goes really fast. If I do it slightly different. Huh. We can really make it rotate really fast. I wonder, let's tweak this live. Here. Rate of change 0.2. Let's really slow it down. That's really slow. And yet it still definitely like accelerates. It's like it definitely has a limit. Yeah, we can kind of get ahead of it. We can kind of make it go faster, which is not at all the behavior I want. I do not want that inconsistency. The trouble is, I'm not exactly certain. I'm not certain how to get it to stop. So, I mean, I thought for sure this would work very well. But it just didn't. I mean, you get the angle to something. You adjust it. Huh. I wonder if tell you what. Let's try this out instead. No. Yeah, I just don't know why this wouldn't work. It just seems to get confused. Hmm. 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 Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what's up. Will not go past the final value. Whoops. So I'm going to print out the difference between the current Zale vector and the new vector. No, we don't need absolutes. But I do want to see how it changes. We'll print out the difference in between there. Oh! You're in a Slack huddle. I'm muted, but I'll be on more later. Oh, hey. How are you, Storm? Sorry, I didn't see your chat. I really need to have some kind of audio notification. Wow, I feel really bad. Do a little promo and you're not even paying attention. Can't I set that up? I gotta have something that, like an alert. You know what? This is a good time to take a break because I need to take a phone call and stuff. So, yeah, stay tuned. Maybe I'll be back in a little bit.